Hello, divine creations, divine marvels, children of God. Thank you so very much for dropping by. To anyone who's new, this channel is dedicated to helping people recover from and overcome spiritual bypass and Neo-Advaita. Let's get the light a little better. There we go. Thank you so much for dropping by. So lately, I've started a series of videos where I share resources that have been really helpful for me in my recovery and healing journey. And so this is the next one in that. And I've already spoken a little bit about this. It's called Acceptance and Commitment Therapy, or ACT. And it sounds kind of dry, acceptance and commitment therapy, like yuck, but it's truly profound. So the idea in acceptance and commitment therapy is that the ability to accept our present moment experience is profoundly transformative. And so that's the acceptance part. The commitment part is to identify what we really value. What is the life we want to be living? And we make commitments, and you make commitments to work towards that life regardless of how you feel in the moment. So this sounds very simple, maybe too simple, but for those of us who have struggled, whether it's with anxiety or depression or trauma triggers, or in the case of spiritual bypass, dissociative states, and or not wanting to have anything to do with life, because I think a lot of us who are drawn to spiritual bypass and Neo-Advaita were seeking to kind of escape the discomfort and pain of life. This just brings it. I don't even have words for how powerful this has been for me, and I believe and pray it will be for others. So the acceptance piece. Life is full of discomfort. Ongoing throughout the day, we feel uncomfortable things in our body. We stub our toe. Someone does something not nice, and so then we have some painful emotions. On and off throughout the day, there's someone cuts us off in traffic. We don't get what we want. As the Buddha said, we don't get what we want, or we get what we don't want. This happens on and off all day. And the capacity to tolerate that and to tolerate the sensations of pain and discomfort is a profoundly transformative thing. And it was a muscle that was very weak for me, because with spiritual bypass or Neo-Advaita, I was just constantly trancing out to avoid the pain and discomfort of life. And so that's the acceptance piece. And so it's a profound spiritual practice to just witness discomfort without reacting to it. Because that's where it gets complicated, is we'll have some pain or discomfort. Like, let's say, I don't know, like about 30 minutes ago, I noticed that I was feeling like just a little fatigued. And so in the past, I might have been like, oh, I'm feeling fatigued, which is then me reacting to the fatigue, which actually increases a kind of lowness or dullness. And then I'm like, oh, now I'm feeling worse. And it's just kind of a downward spiral. With ACT, what I'm learning to do is like, oh, there's some fatigue. Oh, I feel kind of low energy. And to just sit with it for a second or a minute and just be okay with it, to be at peace with it. And then comes the commitment piece, is what's the life that I want? What is the life that I've committed to? What are my commitments? And then to, without dissociating from the feeling, to then move towards a healthy, balanced, happy life. In my case, there's a project I'm working on, so I just went and did some work on that, and actually involved some physical moving stuff around, which can be a nice way to break through lethargy. So that's ACT in a nutshell. Please don't, this isn't an instructional video. This is an introductory video. There's lots of amazing YouTube videos about it. There's some amazing books. A lot of counselors or therapists have received training in this. It's deceptively simple. And I say deceptively because it's profoundly transformative. It's a set of skills that really creates a compass for how to navigate life. And as someone recovering from Neo-Advaita and spiritual bypass, I need a good compass. I need a good compass for how to navigate life. So below this video, I've provided a link because I've made at least one other video. I think I've made 2 other videos about this topic. So so you can check those out and keep your eye out. So I've created a playlist on this channel for resources that have helped me and I believe could be very helpful to others. And then last but not least, I want to share another person who's in recovery from Neo-Advaita. Some of you know her, Jessica, who she has a wonderful YouTube channel called The Glorious Both And. I'll post a link for that as well. Oh, I'm getting a little technical glitch. So you can search for The Glorious Both And. That's interesting. I went to. Anyway, my computer's a little old. I guess I'm trying to do too many things at once. When I told her about this, and I said, one of the things they teach in ACT is the practice of witnessing. And I was like, it was so radical to practice just witnessing feelings and sensations and thoughts versus, as they taught us in Neo-Advaita or mistaught us, just be the witness. It's very, very, it sounds very similar, but it's very different to the action of witnessing versus the philosophical existential mind games of just, I am the witness. And it's something that can, it leads to insight. The Buddha taught that if you practice his path, you'll have insights about yourself and about life. That's one of the beautiful things about Buddhism is it's not a belief system. I mean, it obviously has some conceptual ideas, but those ideas are taken as, they're not taken as dogma. They're taken more as kind of like training wheels or pointers. And then the idea is you do the practices and you have your own experiences. So I can talk all day about the power of witnessing. But for us who experience Neo-Advaita, it's very radical to just do that without adding in all the I am consciousness who is just the witness. So that's kind of like this weird imposition versus just the behavior, just the action or meditation of just observing sensations, just like I did, about, what was it, a half hour-ish ago. I was like, oh, there's some lowness and fatigue. Just observing it without reacting. The Neo-Advaita me would be like, who is it who's aware of the fatigue? I am the witness. I cannot be. And that just creates this crazy mind loop. So that's all I have on this topic for today. Thank you so much for dropping by, and I wish everyone blessings on their recovery journey. Take care. I am having trouble stopping this video. That's interesting. Hold on one sec. I've got a little technical glitch. Well, I thought I was going to stop the video. One moment. Oh my gosh, I see what's going on. That's wild. Interesting. Well, I hope this video isn't lost, but we'll see. And ta-da, I'm back. Technology. So thank you so much for dropping by. And I really, I don't see it as my job to tell people what to do, but to share what worked for me. But I do, this particular modality has been so transformative for me. I believe it's profoundly helpful for people recovery from spiritual bypass as a whole, but very specifically neo non duality, Neo-Advaita. Thanks so much for dropping by. Have a blessed day.